Paper 2, October, November 2022. Question 1. The programmer is developing an algorithm to solve a problem. Part of the algorithm would be appropriate to implement as a subroutine, as a model, procedure, or function. State 2 reasons why the programmer may decide to use a subroutine instead of making all the statements in one program. So subroutine are useful when tasks will be repeated. So we create it once and we use it whenever we want. Second reason, to reduce the complexity of the program, because dividing one program in many subroutines, so we can deal with each subroutine وحده. It will be easier to manage. It will be simple to read, to understand, to test, to debug, to maintain. Then a procedure header is shown in pseudocode. This is the procedure header. This is the name of the procedure. These are two parameters. Give the correct term of the identifiers count and message, and explain their use. The term is parameters, of course. Why we put parameters? Why we use parameters? To pass values to the procedure. This procedure to work needs two values, two information. This is the first value, this is the second value. نحطهم في البارامتر section باش الماي procedure تنجم تاخدهم وتخدم بهم. B. Identify and describe the additional test stage that might be carried out before the program is sold to the public. So here all the software errors that were identified during in-house, this is important to know, in-house testing have been corrected. عملنا التست لازمة وصلحنا الايرورز اللي لقيناها. But we need to identify and describe one additional test stage that may be carried out before the program is sold to the public. التست متاعنا اللي هو beta testing. اللي هو carried out by small group of users. These users will check that the software work as expected in the real world. So they will check that the software is working as expected in the real world. 4 points, so 1, 2, 3. The fourth one, the users, give the feedback to the developers, so they will correct these errors before giving it to the public. C, last question in question 1. Here we have a variable type and a value. We have flag day type تاعو date. This is an example of a date. We have char list type string a b c d e f. We have count type نتاعو integer 29. What's the question? Complete the table by evaluating each expression using the example values. So to evaluate the expressions, we need to start from the inner functions. The month of flag day. Flag day is this: day, month, year. You can find it in the insert. المونث هي تخرج لنا 4. So this is a 4. Char list is A, B, C, D, E, F. And mid حفظناها. We will take from the char list from A, B, C, D, E, F, we will take one character from the fourth position. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the fourth position, and we will take only that character, so it is a D. The second one, the length of char list. نمشيو للchar list نحسبوا اللينث نتاعها. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The length of char list is 6. We'll count. Count is 29, so 29 over 6. But only the integer part, which is 4. The last one is a Boolean variable. كيفاش عرفتوا boolean؟ على خاطر فما and. إذا كان فما and لهنا معناها راهو this is a boolean and this is a boolean. ما كانش right expression غلطة. So if I start from the second one, day flag day. Flag day الداي متاعو هو 23. 23 greater than 23. This is question. We say no, it's not. Means it is false. And إذا كان the second expression is false, no need to check the first expression because the operation is and. So both of them must be true. ما كانش راهي false. In this case, it is false because we found one of them false. Question 2. An algorithm will process data from tests taken by a group of students. The algorithm will prompt and input the name and test mark for each of the 35 students. Then the algorithm will add the names of the students with a test mark less than 20 to an existing text file support list.txt. So now we have already a text file اسمه support list.txt باش نحطوا فيه names بتاع students اللي عندهم less than 20 في الجريد متاعهم. The important thing is that this file is already existing. So we will open this file with append mode. Describe the steps that the algorithm should perform. Do not include pseudocode statement in your answer. So أول حاجة لازم نعملوها هي we have to open the file. In append mode. Then we will ask the user to input a grade, input name, and mark. Then we will check this mark. If the mark is less than 20, so this student needs a support, so we will put it in the support list.txt. We will put only the name بالطبيعة خاطر قال add the names. So let's check the mark first. If mark is less than 20, we will write the name to the file. Else, we will skip. We will skip that student and go to step 5. And step 5 هي اللي باش ترجعنا لstep 2 to ask the user to input the name again. Repeat from step 2 until we finish all the students. So here we gave a general description using structured English without giving the real algorithm steps. Explain why it might be better to store the names of the students in a file rather than an array. هذا يجاوبنا عليه 1000 مرة، طلقت منه السؤال هذا. To store the data permanently. Such a way when we switch off the computer and go back later, we can find our data. Explain why write mode cannot be used in the answer. Here we use the append mode to keep the old data and add new data. Can stamp the write mode. We will erase all the old data. So we can say to old data is not erased, overwritten. Here we have a state transition diagram. We start from state S1. When we input A, we output X, and we go to state 2. In state 2, when we input A, we stay in the same state. If we input B, we go to state 3 and we output W. If we input B while we are in state 3, we will stay in state 3. If we input A, we will go to state 4, etc. Here we are asked to complete the table to show the input, output, and the next state. This is so easy. This is a gift from Cambridge. We are in state S1. If we input A, We are in state S1. If we input A, so we will go to state S2 and we will output X. So the output is X, and this the new state, the next state is S2. We are in S2. How to stay in S2? We are in S2. We stay in S2 when we input A. So the input is a nothing here because we don't have output here. We are in state S2 and the output is W. We are in state S2, the output is W. So we will go to state S3 with the input B. Input B, and we will go to state 3. We are in state 3 now, and the output is W. So the input is A. The input is A, and we will go to state 4, and that's all. Question 3. A stack is used in a program to store string data which needs to be accessed in several modules. A stack is an example of an abstract data types. Identify one other example of abstract data type and describe its main feature. Many examples, we can name linked list, queue. Let's use the queue because the stack and the queue are friends. Okay, some features about the queue. Okay, the main feature of the queue is that the queue uses first in, first out rule. There is a pointer in the, if this is a queue, the first in هو الفيرست out. First in هو الفيرست out, and there is a pointer for the front of the queue. And there is a pointer to the back of the queue. 3. Okay, enough. Explain how the stack can be implemented using an array. The stack is something like this. We can push and pop. When we pop, we will remove this item. الأعلى واحد آخر واحد خل هو أول واحد باش يخرج. So this is the idea how to implement this using array. So the first thing, we need to declare this array. Let's start with declare 1D array to store الداتا اللي عنا لهنا. Then we will need the pointer. This is a stack pointer, for example, باش يقول لنا احنا وين. Declare a variable to represent the pointer. Okay, وقت اللي نديكلاريو variable to represent the pointer, we can uh, we can use this variable as an index for the array. Index for the array. Then we use the main operations اللي هما الpush والpop. We have to talk about them. خاطر explain how the stack can be implemented using an array. How to push when we push a new data, what will happen? The stack pointer will increment. The stack pointer will be here because the new data will be here. So the stack pointer will increase. So we can say when an element is pushed, the pointer will increase. Same thing, we can describe the pop when we remove data, the stack pointer will decrease. When an element is popped, اللي هي removed, the pointer will decrease. So 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Last thing about stack. هنا أعطانا السيناريو. قالك we have initial stack اللي فيه letters هذم, and we will perform 3 groups of operations. Group 1 we will push D and push E. So after group 1 we have this, and we will, of course, if we have this B, we will push D and we will push E. Pushing D and E will increment the stack pointer. The stack pointer will be here, the new stack pointer after group 1. After group 2 we will pop. So we will decrease, and the new stack pointer will be here. كانت هنا decrease. The new stack pointer P Z Y, and this is the stack pointer. Then in group 3 we will push A and push B, pop, push C. عنا P و Z Y. We will push A, then push B. push A يطلع stack pointer لهنا, push B يطلع stack pointer لهنا, then pop باش يرجع stack pointer لهنا. كله العمدة الكل على stack pointer. أنا تو رجعت بالبوب لstack pointer, then I will push C. pushing C باش يطلع stack pointer again لهنا, and this will erase the B. push C instead of B, and this is the final output.